I was gonna say that I have a list of like 9 different conspiracy theories on this that I came up with.
Let's go. Let's fucking go.
Want me to list them out real quick? All right.
Yeah.
All right. The ship is from Singapore, and since TikTok's CEO is also from Singapore, then it must be an intentional attack to punish America for considering banning TikTok.
No, that makes sense.
Ooh,
That's
it.
Bree, you
Everyone
mean you
knows
have one conspiracy theory? Because that's obviously it right there. That's
Oh,
clearly what
if you
didn't
want
have
to
to
attack America,
come out swinging.
It gets worse. It gets worse. DEI/diversity hire and corporate woke culture led to the collision.
That's
joking.
what I was going to talk about.
Yeah,
I've heard that one a lot.
From this company that isn't in America.
Well, yeah, they said this about the boat, and they said it about Boeing, that they also they have these diversity hires, and that's the reason the corporations are cutting corners for safety regulations, because they never did that before. This is definitely because they hired a Hispanic female to be the chief operations officer, so she was just started slashing regulations left and right. That's a good one, Bree. We're
Bree, I want to say one more thing on that one, is that I've said this for a long time, that the whole it's so clear and obvious now that the entire DEI hullabaloo is to cover for corporate cost. It is so, it happened a year ago where it started getting big, and it specifically started getting big about airlines, and now we're finding out all of these things about Boeing, and it's it was so clear and obvious they knew this was going to happen and tried to create a cover story. It has never been more it's more obvious than Epstein not killing himself.
I even heard, I think it was Maria Bartiromo you're talking about, who did that interview asking hey, can you talk about the immigrants? Because I think
that's her.
I think it was that same interview where the same guy tried to blame DEI for the New Palestine, Indiana train crash. It was I think that has something to do with this too. But sorry, Bree, go ahead. What was it?
That's ridiculous. Okay, the next one. Since you talked
Savage.
About the train, I'm going to go straight into this one because it's about Pete Buttigieg. So they said it's his fault because he destroyed our infrastructure. So it's his fault that this boat crashed.
Oh, I'll get in on that one too.
Damn you, Pete.
I hadn't had to read Pete Buttigieg's name until this whole fiasco.
Can you think of another transportation secretary who's had a worse time than Pete Buttigieg?
No.
I've never seen so many infrastructure and transportation issues. The guy signed up at the wrong time. He really did.
Yeah, poor guy. All right, it gets worse. So someone said that it's a terrorist attack orchestrated by Obama.
Oh, wait.
Does that make sense?
But how do you know what?
I don't know the details on that one. No, I don't know the details. Sorry.
This is another thing. How we always make fun of right wingers for being children and being uneducated, morons that couldn't, find their way to a wet paper bag. But this is a great example of this. Is that their understanding of the word terrorism doesn't make any sense at all. It's kind of like how I think what was it? His name Youssef said something about this, about how they keep saying Hamas is a terror organization, and okay, can you point me to any videos of Hamas taking credit for actions of terror? Because that's what terror organizations do. Terror organizations, when ISIS would blow up a building or light someone on fire, the next morning they were out with a video saying, "Yeah, we did that shit," because they want
well-produced videos.
Exactly. Yeah. Slick.
Whether they did that shit or not.
Because they want to be known as terrorists. But so this boat accident happened. Obama did it, but he's not saying anything about it because he's a terrorist. That's not how terrorism works. It's just it's crazy. Yeah.
I also love the idea that this is a man who had access to the entire U.S. military for 8 years and never did a terrorist attack. And he's like, you know how I'm gonna get him? I'm gonna ram a boat into a bridge
in Baltimore.
In Baltimore,
at 1 a.m. when there's no traffic on there.
I'm gonna hit him where it hurts, Baltimore.
Brie, I'm so glad we ended up doing this.
This is great. Great. Coming.
There's 3 more. All right. So I don't know the details on this one, but apparently some conservatives are saying there was some sort of black swan event that disrupted interstate commerce, which caused them to forcibly. I honestly, I think that's what they. So the movie Black Swan.
Yeah,
I think they're saying that it was kind of like the ideology behind that, where something happened, and I don't know. I don't know. Now I'm getting off train here. I'm not going to try to speak to this conspiracy theory.
It's that
I don't know.
Mila Kunis.
But this is what I saw on
and
Reddit.
Natalie
Was that
Portman
someone said it was a
did
black
it.
swan
I was gonna
event.
say, is it two chicks making out? Is that what they're saying? A black swan event is like what? What? I have no idea what this is supposed to mean at all.
Okay, so
Yeah, I don't know. I'll Google it after I give you the next one. Okay.
So will I.
The bridge was weakened by electric vehicles.
Oh, fuck out of here! That one's not even. They were even
Electric
trying with that one.
vehicles?
They weren't even trying.
EV traffic caused it because that makes so much sense.
What was that?
EV traffic. Yeah, that's what they
Makes
said.
no
At 1
sense.
in the morning,
A black swan event is something that describes unforeseen happenings in the financial world with cascading consequences, such as the 2000.com crash. What does that even mean? Is related?
What does that do with black swan?
I'm just gonna say it's about the Black Swan movie because I like.
Yeah, I know. Right?
We're just gonna go with that.
So wait, can you read that one again? Like, what was it? Was that they're saying it's a black swan? Can you read what you said again?
A black swan event disrupted interstate commerce.
So this is so far. So I'm just reading off of Wikipedia here, and it says the black swan theory or theory of black swan events is a metaphor that describes an event that comes as a surprise, has a major effect, and is often inappropriately rationalized after the fact with the benefit of hindsight. And it's like that is true. This is, by that definition, this is a black swan event. And I'm confused as to what they think it means because the black swan event is calling them out for whatever their conspiracy theory is.
Am I crazy? Isn't this just butterfly effect shit? Isn't that all this?
Yeah, butterfly effect is different.
The black swan part is like I don't know. Like I don't know. The
I don't know.
No, it's because butterflies are gay. Actually,
butterflies are gay.
Because
they're not manly like swans.
Yeah, well, because they made out with the gay frogs because of the fluoride in the water. That's right. This is but by that definition, all of these conspiracy theories, like this is that is what this is. I'm just confused to why they use that terminology.
So
they use a lot of weird things.
Yeah,
I will never
they
understand.
do. Yeah, they want to sound cool. They want to sound cool and everything.
Let me give you the best one.
Last one.
Let's go.
Liberals who hate Francis Scott Ley wanted to destroy a monument in his name.
Well, I mean,
because liberals were running the boat from Singapore. Because that makes sense.
That it sounds like you take the good with the bad on that one. Francis Scott Ley, fuck that guy.
Yeah, but I don't think our solution would be tearing down the bridge and killing immigrants.
Wait, do we hate Francis Scott? I have had no beef with Francis Scott Ley. Do we have beef? Like, what did he do?
The beef that people have Francis Scott Ley is that the Star Spangled Banner that we sing is only the first out of 5 verses, and like in the 4th verse of the song, he shit talks hireling slaves, which were people who were enslaved in the 13 colonies. And the Brits who were fighting the colonists said, hey, listen, you guys run away from your slave plantations. We'll pay you to fight in our army and give you our freedom. And Francis Scott Ley really hated that. Like, he really hated the idea.
How dare they?
Yeah, he was just shit talking through the entire verse and everything. So that's the beef that liberals have with Francis Scott Ley. I do want to say about the bridge, though, about, mentioning like unforeseen circumstances. And this is just like how time works, is that when the bridge was built in 1977, boats were a lot smaller than they were today. And so it was actually built to withstand, a hit from a ship, but, not a ship that was 50 years in the future. They hadn't thought that far ahead. So
that boat is the length of 3 statues of Liberty.
It's huge. Yeah,
to visualize that is really difficult for me.
And Bree, that is where like the actual, not the conspiracy theory, but like that is like something that has been talked about since like the Suez Canal, is that ships have gotten bigger and bigger for the express intent is that they're more profitable. The more square footage there is on the boat, the more profitable it is for the shipping company because it's just physics. But it also causes major issues with overall transportation infrastructure when they get stuck or they hit something, or you have to unload a bunch of it at one time and then you have people sitting around because there isn't another boat coming because you had it all in one boat instead of doing it in an efficient manner. And like that is an actual explanation for one of the problems that caused this. But no, it was probably because, we wanted to tear down a monument.
Because of all the electric vehicles.
Oh, guys, it was TikTok.
It was TikTok. I think it was TikTok is my favorite.
The TikTok one, the first one,
people.
Tic-tac-toe, a winner.
By the way, I didn't get like what she was trying to do with the tic-tac-toe thing. I didn't
either.
It didn't make any sense. It didn't. I was like, I don't get even what she was trying to say, but I don't know. She's 85
I
years
don't
old.
think anybody understood.
Yeah, that was weird.
Got that.
You guys know what my Roman Empire is?
What?
Yes, I've heard that.
Good morning. Sunday morning.
Sunday morning. Oh my God, I forgot about that.
That Nancy Pelosi line.
I forgot about that.
At least once or twice a day in my head.
Really?
Yeah,
that's weird.
I can't get it out.
That was weird. That was weird.
I don't think I've ever given that one a second thought, to be honest. But
that was
now that you say
it was just weird that you did it.
It's weird.
All right, guys, thank you so much for making it to the end of this episode. And this is a special one because this week is when we unveiled Project 2028. So if you're into that, make sure you leave a comment, like this, subscribe, because I think I'm going to have to talk with James after this and organize this. But before we do that, let's definitely introduce you guys to our amazing guests this week. Bree, I'll let you go first. Tell our audience where they can find you.
Hey, everyone. Thanks for having me, John and TJ. I appreciate it. You can find me on TikTok. I'm also on Instagram, and I'm trying to start a YouTube channel, so I'll get there eventually, but I'm mostly on TikTok right now. My username is @thesavagetruth, and yeah, come follow me.
James, where can everyone find you?
Hey, everybody. Yeah, it has been an absolute pleasure talking to you guys. You guys can find me on TikTok, Instagram, or the old www. That'll be Comrade Workwear, pretty much anywhere.